Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and today, if you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be mounting an Insta360 X5 on this Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. So I decided to rock the old school Yamaha hat, and we're really fortunate because this bike has a lot of different areas to kind of mount the X5, and I'll walk you through that, so stay tuned. So as I said, a few different areas we can mount on this bike, and we're really fortunate because we have grab bars, kind of these bars along the frame, just forward most of the pegs for exhaust mounting. And there's a few areas on the handlebars. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the handlebar mounts looking ahead. I think it's much cooler to have kind of a first person view from behind and maybe some exhaust shots. So I'll walk you through those two today. And we're just gonna be kind of rocking the usual stuff here. Obviously, the Insta360 X5, their invisible action stick, and their main kind of mount. Now this mount is super cool because it has a few different areas of, I guess, pivoting. So it can kind of go left, right, up, down, and it really can allow you to get the best angle. So I'll show you guys on the bike. Okay guys, so we have a few things, obviously the invisible stick and that mount that I was talking about. And I'll leave you kind of zoomed in on how I'm mounting this because I think that's really crucial to this video. So like I was saying, this is gonna loosen the clamp side, and then this is gonna actually loosen not only your kind of up and down movements, but also your left and right movement. So like I said, it's multiple pivoting. And I think just for the sake of this, let's mount this actually inner. Like I said, some people mount it out here, but I think to have the best first person shot, it'll be better to have it in here. So let's see if we can get this mounted, get this loosened up. We are fortunate because this thing loosens quite a bit. All right. So I think I'll kind of want to get it there. I'll tighten this first, just to make sure that we're fully clamped on because I don't need this falling off while we're riding, especially when we're ripping it. And then next up is this angle. So let's see if we can do this so this clamp is up. So like I said, it kind of goes multiple ways. I'm thinking probably something like that. It's gonna be perfect. So we'll tighten this down. And I'll get my stick too so you guys can kind of see. It really just screws on. And what's nice too is you have this extra kind of tightening wheel. So you can kind of just reverse it and you're golden. Now, to get the angle up and down right, this is when you might want to adjust this. And like I said, hopefully you guys can kind of see this. I'm going to put it right there. I think that's going to be perfect for us. And now, as you can tell, once that camera's on there, we're going to have a really good shot directly from behind. So stay tuned. Okay, so we mounted that there. The camera is up and you can kind of see it's perfectly aligned. And let me switch over to the camera shot so you guys can see what this looks like. And make sure if you don't take any other piece of advice away, always, always, always wipe down your lens with a handy cloth because that's gonna come in useful. Now, what I'm gonna do is spin you guys around here and you can kind of see the angle of the bike that we're working with. And I'll leave you here. I'm gonna get on the bike and you can see exactly what this looks like. So as you can tell, perfectly visible. You can see the road, you can kind of see ahead of me. Some people like to go higher up, but this is the spot to be. So I'll put some footage in of me riding in just a minute, but that's the starting point. Try to move in a little bit closer so you guys can kind of see this, less of me. And I took the clamp off up top and we'll move down here. So a lot of people like to get shots of the exhaust. And quite frankly, this bike with a tune and this exhaust, it may or may not shoot flames. I don't know if I'll be able to capture it on video, but a lot of bikes do. And that's kind of a cool shot to get as long as you're not just staring at the road the whole time. Even the shot looking back at the rear tire or back at the road behind you. Fortunately, being in 360, this thing films everything. So I'm thinking that the best place to put this may be like right here. Now, I'll show you guys too that this is not going to hinder kind of the ability to brake. And the reason being is that the ergonomics of this bike, you're kind of angled, your leg's angled, so this is actually behind your calf, and I'll show you that. But I want to get this as tight as I can. And because it's down here and so close to the exhaust, I don't even think we're gonna need the stick. So let me undo this, kind of adjust the angle here, kind of how we want the camera to be sitting. I'm thinking probably right there is gonna be perfect. So I'll tighten this down too. I'll get the camera and I will spin this on as well. Now, actually maybe just use the stick, but I think I'm gonna want the camera pointing directly at the exhaust. And again, it's shooting in 360, so this doesn't matter too much, but make sure that's on there tight. And I'll show you guys what that looks like now on the camera. Actually, before I do that, this is what that looks like up close. So you can kind of see what we're working with. And you know what, while I have you here too, we will open you up, back you out, and I'll show you that my legs aren't gonna hit that. So as I step around, if you notice, it is just behind my leg, no interference at all, so we should be set. All right, guys, we are back from our rip. Mounts are ready off the bike, and the best thing about that clamp, doesn't leave any marks, so you can't even tell it was there. I might make the recommendation that when you guys are doing this kind of first-person shot in the rear, that you go a little bit higher so you can see a little bit more of the road in front of you. I think I had it down here, and it wasn't as cool. In regards to the shot of the exhaust, I may even make the recommendation that get the exhaust shot here, and then move around to the other side, mount it here, so you can watch yourself shifting through the gears. Again, some really cool shots, some good ideas. If you guys have any questions or any other suggestions for how to mount on the Tracer 9 GT, comment down below. Otherwise, I'll see y'all soon.